Okay. let's homage to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, Worthy One and fully enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, you're welcome back to our Dhamma discussion. We was learning about the Aganya Sutta last few weeks. That Aganya Sutta, and Buddha explained how this world arose and then how human beings came to be. And then we learn it, and how this caste system came to be. In the Buddha's time, there were major four castes. Major four castes, and Buddha wasn't agree with that. Buddha was against to that caste system. Some of them was very superior, and some of them very inferior, slaves, no human rights. Anyone can hurt them, beat them, kill them. They cannot complain. And then people can sell them, buy them. They are humans. And Buddha didn't agree with that, and Buddha taught against to that caste system. And Buddha said no one becomes superior or inferior because of birth, but the action. Then Buddha gave ordination to high caste people, whatever they recommend themselves, and even to the royal ones, and to the merchants, and to the slaves. Buddha gave the ordination. And in that sutta, Buddha mentioned the caste system came to be, and Buddha wanted to explain how caste system came to be. And then Buddha started to how this world arose. In that sutta, Buddha used that Sangvatta, Sangvattamana, Vivatta, and Vivattamana, 4 words to explain. In Buddhist cosmology, explain this world, universe as a circle. It's a circle. It's dissolution, and reforming. That's how this world's happening. Arising, existing, and disappearing, and disappeared. It's a circle. But this world is one day will destroyed and stay for a long time and again arising back. Even the humans and animals, all sentient beings, is arising, existing, disappearing, arising, existing, disappearing. But the modern scientists think world and sentient beings and this existence like a line. And they're going to find out where it is exactly began and where it is going to be end. And they think this world is existing like a line. In a line have to have a beginning point, end point. But in a circle, no beginning point, no end point. And Buddhism explains this world, universe as a circle. That's why the scientist is going to find to ancient evidence to find out where it was began, when human beings began. So, and what Buddha said, according to the Samyutta Nikaya, Anamatagga Samyutta, and Buddha said, Anamataggo yam bhikkave sansaru, pubbha kotina panyayati. There are no beginning point, inconceivable of the beginning point of the samsara. And there are no end.
Samsara meaning what?
Samsara means this circle of birth and death. Birth and live and die and will born, live, die and will born, live, die and will born, live and die. A circle. That's samsara. That's the samsara. In this samsara, no beginning point. That's why Buddha said, Anamataggo yam bhikkave sansaro. This birth and death, this circle of birth and death, there are no beginning point. According to this Buddhist idea about this world system, and we're going to learn a little bit about what Buddha is teaching about this world. And there are, and Buddhism explained, I told you, in the Aganya Sutta also, and the Chakravarti Siyanada Sutta, and many other suttas, and Buddha explaining, in this universe have 4 eras. 4 eras. First one called Samvata, dissolution. Start to destroy. Million years it's going destroying this world, even this galaxy, this solar system, this one solar system in Buddhism called Chakravala. Whatever planets going around one sun, that's called Chakravala. You got that? Chakravala.
They often translate it as world system.
That's called world system?
World system.
That's called the, what's they call, world system, right? World system.
Or solar system too,
Solar system.
in our case.
Yeah, in the text they translate as world system.
Yeah, because
What-
I guess is the sun, sun-based, maybe not all are.
In Buddhism, and Buddha explained, there are 31 realms existence. The sentient beings live in 31 realms under one suns.
Wait, I thought it was 6 different realms.
Hmm?
We reincarnate to 6 different realms. We reincarnate.
We reincarnate in these 31 realms, around these 31 realms. These 31 realms exist in around one sun and one moon. So, this is called world system, and Buddhism it is called Chakravala. Okay? Even this Chakravala, or even many more Chakravalas, start to destroying contraction. It's called Samvata, contraction. Million years is keep going, destroying. And then, second era in this universe called Samvatatai. Samvattatai means destroyed and is stay, destroyed. Many million years, many millions or billion years stay destroyed. And after that era, start three phase of the universe system called Vivatta. Vivatta means is reforming of the universe. Reforming of the universe. 1 million years take to reform, recreation of the universe. It's happening itself. Million years is keep reforming and creating by itself. Million years. After that, the fourth phase come, that's called Vivattatai. Vivattatai means it's reformed, now exist. Now we are in this era. Vivattatai, we exist. Sun, moon, all planets going around. Now we good with this, we keep going around the sun. And we also going to moon, to space, and we keep going. Very good, pretty good now. Now we are in the fourth season. Then after this era, what's again? Destroying, starting destroying. Do you remember we learned the Satta Surya Gamana Sutta? Satta Surya Sutta? In the Satta Surya Sutta, and then the Buddha is explaining this world is going to disappear. 7 suns arise in future, one by one, not very quick. 1,000 years and million years later, after 1 million years, one by one, the sun arise. And then this earth going to burn out. When I read this sutta in the beginning, I was thinking, 7 suns going to arise? How come? How come? But lately I learned, scientists says, this Milky Way will collapse in future one day with the Andromeda. You heard that?
I think even before that, there's
within the Milky Way,
yeah.
even the Milky Way. But Milky Way is going, yeah, maybe anything could be happen. Maybe, yeah, something happen. Maybe the stars in the Milky Way can come too close to us. But in the Milky Way, is keep going, moving, and then what scientists said, maybe Andromeda will million years later and appear, then it's biggest one, right? Yeah.
Sometimes it could be inconsistent because they say they said meteors might come, but it never comes. You know what I mean? Like NASA sometimes said that certain things come, but sometimes it never comes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't really rely, but I do believe in like science and stuff.
Yeah, no. That's okay. Actually, this world has end up in that kind things happen sometimes. I think dinosaurs will lost. They're lost because of that. Yeah. So what I was keep saying, then the maybe another galaxy will come too close to us, or even in the Milky Way, some other the stars is something happened and going to around, change the path and going around, then we will see the many suns, and then no night, only day. Impermanent. Actually, in the Satta Surya Gamana Sutta, Buddha, what Buddha emphasis? Buddha emphasize, even this earth, even this sun, even this moon are impermanent. And Buddha said that in that sutta, huge ocean, deep ocean, finally become not possible to put the one finger, what's that called, finger?
joint.
Just one joint of the water in the ocean. All water evaporate. Huge, the vast ocean. The ocean is the bigger than Earth, the land, right? Ocean is the biggest. The land is not bigger than ocean. It's called quarter of, the three of the quarter is water on the earth. So then the earth, the water all disappear. And then Buddha said this, the earth start to smoke. The trees, rivers, lakes, huge lakes like a Mississippi, Great Lake. What are the Great Lakes? Michigan, Great Lakes all will be disappear. And then the trees all die. And actually we will not be on there then. Then the earth smoke and start to burn out. And Buddha said finally, how will it be disappeared? When we burn out the like oil, there are no ashes remain, right? When they burn out the oil, gas something, no ashes. And then there is something called, what's that called, kapuru? Material things, and we burn it, not ashes remain. And Buddha said this earth will scatter and will disappear, not even remain ashes. So all spread out in the universe. In the Sattva Surya Gamana Sutta, Buddha mentioned that. And gave the simile, like not remain ashes after burn out some oil and some other things. How it is impermanent. According to Buddhist idea, in three ways, and will be disappear the world, time to time. And in this time, by burning. It's called cosmic fire. Cosmic fire is burnt out the universe by cosmic fire. Not only this earth, entire system will burn out. And again, in second way, the world will disappear, called water, a cosmic water, huge water. And then the wind, cosmic wind, is blowing out, everything scattered, become empty, this universe, throw away everything. Cosmic wind will disappear this earth and world systems. So, we got a little bit of flame from the sun last few months, and it was keep burning out Canada and United States. And some places in Sri Lanka, it's a little bit flame from the sun, right? So, then this is how this world end up these three ways. So, according to the Buddha said again, this world system unconceivable and unthinkable. According to the Achintita Sutta, Buddha mentioned, there are four things you not try to think, you not try to find out. If you're going to, it's make you crazy. One of them is the world. If someone going to find out the world and think about the world, how it was arose, how it is disappearing, where is this began, when it is began, where's the end of that, end of it, and it's make you crazy. Now scientists try to find out it. Now scientists try to find out when it is began, when it is end, where the edge of the universe. We have a Rohitasya Sutta in Sangyutta Nikaya. In the Rohitasya Sutta, a deity came to Buddha. And that deity said, Bhante, are there edge or end of the universe? And Buddha said no. And he was very happy. He was very happy and said, Bhante, I was a rishi once a while ago in his previous life. Rishi, ascetic, very psychic, with psychic power. And he said, I try to go into the end of the universe. And he said, if I put my one foot here and my another foot is the end of this earth. He said, and from the East Ocean to West Ocean. That's how we walk. One foot in the East Ocean. And he put another foot in the West Ocean. That means, I think, he going very fast and quick. Then he keep going in the space to find out the end. And he said, 100 years, and he keep traveling in the space. He just stopped for eat and drink and to go bathrooms, and that's what he said. That's what I stopped for it. And 100 years I keep going. And he said, after 100 years, I die in this space. I couldn't find the end of this universe. This is coming from the Rohitassa Sutta. And then that means in this universe there are no end or beginning point or end point. It's very huge, unconceivable. And Buddha also said, if you're going to think, it make you upset and stressed, but it's not useful. If you find out the end of this world, what happened? What it make you? What it bring you? Any benefit? Even happiness? No, right? Buddha didn't talk about this universe much. Because people can't understand, and another thing is not beneficial, not useful. There's a sutta called Lokantagamana Sutta, another sutta called Lokantagamana. Traveling to end of the world is come from the Samyutta Nikaya. Lokantagamana Sutta, traveling to end of the world. And then deity came and asked Buddha, and then Buddha addressed the monk and said, Naham bhikkhave gamanena pattab ñātabbam dattabbam patteyam lokas. That's what is Buddha began in that sutta, Lokantagamana Sutta. Oh, naham bhikkhave lokantagamana ñātabbam dattabbam patteyam. Monks, it is not possible to know the end of the world, see the end of the world, or reach the end of the world. Ñātabbam, dattabbam, pattabbam. It is impossible to know the end of the world, see the end of the world, and reach the end of the world. It is impossible. And Buddha also said very important thing. There are no end of making end of suffering, going to end of world. What's that mean?
Without going to the end.
Without going to the end of the world.
There's no end of suffering?
There are no end of suffering.
So there will be never end of suffering.
There are no end of suffering without going to end of world.
There is a way to go to the end of the world.
Apparently, because it's
And Buddha mentioned it is impossible. It is impossible to go to the end of the world, to reach the end of the world, or see or know the end of the world. And Buddha also mentioned, without being and going to end of the world, there are no end of suffering. What's that mean?
There's no end of suffering.
No, it's not that. It's not that. Yes, what does that mean? And Buddha said this world is Imasmin eva bhyamatte kalebare lokancha panyapemi loka samudayancha loka nirodhancha loka nirodhagamini patipadancha panyapemi. And Buddha said this entire world is the 6 feet sides your body. Through your eyes and you see the world. Right? Through the ears and you hear the world. Through nose and you smell the world. And through tongue and you taste it. And you touch body, you touch it. This is the world, and Buddha said. The 6 feet size. Body is the world. If you don't have eyes, ears, think about it. Do you have a world? How we can go into end of the eyes, end of the ears, end of the tongue, body? What? Dying? One way, yeah, dying. But what Buddha mentioned actually realizing it. Realizing eyes are impermanent and temporary. And that's the cause of suffering.
But don't they also set you astray? What you see and what you hear is not always what it is.
Say again?
Your eyes and your ears, your senses.
Yes.
Are they always correct? Or do sometimes they set you astray?
Yeah. But that's the cause of this all troubles and problems. Yeah.
Because they're not always correct.
All correct?
They're not always correct.
Yes. Yes, so the problem when we have eyes, so I become growing old, and we become weak, right? So then we have a trouble. Maybe sometimes the illness arises in the eyes, so we can have trouble. Whatever we see, if it's pleasant, pretty, and we like it, we attach it, and that's the big problem, because we attach it. So, then this, and then Buddha said we have to understand the reality of the eyes is impermanent and suffering, unsatisfactory, and non-self. Non-self, that's another thing. There are no self, impermanent and suffering, non-self. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, mind is also impermanent and non-self. Then when we understand this and we then detach from them, and then we free from world. That's the going to end of world, is detached from this craving and ignorance and attachment. Right? So we craving, there's a 3 major things keep us in this world. Especially craving and ignorance. Craving and ignorance. So we crave and we hate and we ignorant because we not understanding the reality and true nature of this, our own reality and the reality of this entire world. So then we craving for it. So making end of craving, hate and ignorance is the going end of this world. You got that? Yeah, that's what is the Lokantagamana Sutta the Buddha mentioned. So, according to the samsara, and Buddha said samsara is very long, very long. Samsara is very long. There are called Mahakappa, and in Buddhism calculate with kappa, aeons. era.
Or aeon.
Aeon. Yes, a long time. Mahakappa contains with 4 asankhya kappas. 4 asankhya kappas. 4 asankhya kappas is 1 Mahakappa. You know how long is the asankhya kappa? Asankhya kappa has 140 zeros. 140 zeros, asankhya kappa.
Any score of those?
Yeah, that's asankhya. 4 of them is called Mahakappa, 1 Mahakappa. It's very long, right?
Yes.
And also in Buddhism, we have a calculation of that and names for each one. Okay, 0. And then 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 1 million, and 10 million. And after that is calculate, multiply every number is 10 millions. And 10 millions called koti in Buddhism. And that 10 million multiplied with 10 million. And that's called prakoti. That prakoti multiplied with 10 million, and that's called koti prakoti. And that koti prakoti multiplied with 10 million, that's called akkohini. Then akkohini multiplied with 10 millions, and that's called abbuddha. And then it's going that way, nirabbuddha. And then dinnahuta, ninnahuta, ahana, atata, abba, saugandhika, pundarika, kumuda, katana, mahakatana, and asankhya. It's going on. That's how I remember that. It's multiplied 140 zeros, asankhya. That 4 asankhya called Mahakappa. You see Buddhist idea about this world. But we are looking to find out the beginning and end, the scientist trying to find out this beginning. On this earth, according to Buddhist teaching, on this earth, we are going to have 5 Buddhas. This is called Mahabhadrakalpa. Mahabhadrakalpa. In this Mahabhadra, this called Maha means great. Bhadra means beautiful. Great beautiful Kalpa is, this is the great beautiful era actually. Greatest beautiful era. Why this is called greatest beautiful era? Because 5 Buddhas will arise on this earth. Now 4 has arose.
How many?
4.
We got one more?
We still remain, we still have one, future one. The first on this earth arose Kakusanda, the Buddha Kakusanda.
So before
There are,
Siddhartha, there was 3 more Buddhas? Huh?
3
Really?
before him.
I didn't know that.
yeah, this called Kakusanda, Konagamana, and Kassapa. After that 3 Buddha, this Gautama Buddha. Now we are on the Gautama Buddha. In this Gautama Buddha's time, now this era, now we are 100, 120, 100 years our lifespan. This will remain until to 10. In future, this life's going to fade it away.
10 years old.
10-year-old. That's our lifespan is 10 years old in future. Lifespan is reducing.
Okay.
In day by day. In Buddha's time was 120. Now it's like 80, 90 something, or maybe 100 a little bit. In future it will be remain more, reduce more.
They lived to 1,000 back in that day? That's what they lived, that's what was supposed to.
Or more.
It talks about that in the Christian Bible too.
Yes.
Then after 10 years, when 10 years we all grow up, make babies, and you see your grandchildren in 10 years old. And then the world will disappear again. Not completely destroying, okay? Temporary, covered by water, or maybe snow, or maybe fire. And it could be like maybe something happened.
Like the Ice Age.
Yeah, like Ice Age. Yeah, I think after the great Ice Age, this human arose in this world. In the beginning, this sutta, you remember, it was covered by the water. And there was like a soup on the water, like called honey. And gradually grow up. Then when this after all sentient beings will disappear, maybe someone remains somewhere, and someone move to Abhasar Brahma realms, and a million years later the world is again come to suitable place to live. Then some Brahmas disappear from the Brahma realms and appear here and start to live in human rise. Then the lifespan in the Maitri Buddha, next Buddha, future Buddha is Maitri. The lifespan of the Maitri Buddha is of 84,000 years.
The next one?
Next one come. That's what this Buddhist text says. But that means we're not always in the same lifespan. And different eras have a different lifespan. I think depends on the, I don't know, something, according to the situation. Everything's impermanent. Then the lifespan even getting reduced again. And the previous Buddhas, Kakusanda Buddhas was 40,000. Konagamana Buddhas 20,000. Kashyapa Buddha, I think Kashyapa Buddha was 20,000. Then Gautama Buddha is 120 years old, lifespan. But in the Maitri Buddha is 1,000 years old.
How old was Dhamma Buddha when he died? He was 100 years when he died?
Our Buddha died at 80 years.
80, right.
Yeah.
His 80s.
Yeah, he didn't live 100, he just lived 80.
Yeah.
So what's that mean is everything's impermanent and temporary, and it's circle. It's keep arising, existing, passing, arising, existing, passing. So one day, after Mahakappa, after Maitri Buddha, this earth, this sun, and this solar world system going to collapse and destroy completely. Then maybe we move into another world system in this galaxy.
Oh, Elon Musk is working on that.
Yeah, he's working very hard for that.
Yes.
But at that point, there will be no other world system to go to at the end of the Mahakappa.
End of the Mahakappa, this world, maybe this world system, or even maybe galaxies, maybe could be something completely great lost.
Yeah, everything.
Not everything.
Well, not the
Because
realms.
not Buddha said once, according to the Chula Nika Sutta, and when this Buddha is here, and in another planetary system, another Buddha exists, and here is the day and there is night. And according to the Chula Nika Sutta, and this is very interesting, and Buddha explained in that sutta, thousandfold world system called Sahasi Chula Nika Loka Dhatu. Thousandfold minor world system. Thousandfold minor world system means there are 1,000 suns and 1,000 human realms, and then there's the solar systems, 1,000. But how many stars in our galaxy? 200? 2 billion. 200 billion. 100 billion to 400 billion, that's what I heard that.
No number.
Stars
Yeah.
in this Milky Way.
Unlimited.
And yes, 100 billion. 100 billion stars. In this 100 billion stars, there are 10,000 solar systems. I don't think every star has a habitual planets to live sentient beings. I think most of stars, almost all stars have some kind of planets going around them, according to this gravity. But some of planets, maybe, how many planets on our sun? 9?
8 or 9.
8 or 9. But only one we can live. So far, Earth. We can.
More that we have to discover, probably.
Right now, only we can live on the Earth. Not at the, what's the close to close? Mars is the next. Close to the sun? Venus. Mercury and Venus very hot. We cannot live there. Mars is quite possible right now. It is look like it disappeared before, long time ago. It look like it's happened everything, and maybe we lived there before. I don't know, but it looks like disappeared, already gone. It's reforming again, something like that. It's become habitual. Yeah. But the other planets also, we don't know, maybe someone will live, but not sure yet. Something like this was a human world system, 1,000 human world system in this universe called Sahasi Chulanika Lokadhatu. Then multiply with that, with 1,000. It's million, right? 1,000 of 1,000 is million. Million human world system in this universe called Dvisahasi Majjhimika Lokadhatu. In that Dvisahasi Majjhimika Lokadhatu has millions human realms around. It means there's million suns and million humans realms. That Majjhimika Lokadhatu multiply with another 1,000. How much? Billion. Million multiplied with million, 1,000 is billion. Billion humans realms in this universe called Sahasi Mahasahasi Lokadhatu. That's called, the second one is, first one minor, second one is world system. Mahasahasi Lokadhatu, great 1,000-fold world system. That's included billion of human realms in this universe. And Buddha mentioned that actually whenever Ananda asked how far you can talk. How far you can talk? And Ananda asked. Buddha didn't reply 3 times. Rejected answer to that question. Ananda was curious because he heard previous Buddha was a Sikhi. One of previous Buddha, Sikhi, he's had a disciple called Vesabu. I think I forget the name of his disciple. Once he kept teaching, and Buddha took him to the Brahma realms and asked him to taught, and he started to teach to a Chulanika Lokadhatu, 1,000-fold world system. In the 1,000-fold world system, 1,000 human realms, 1,000 heavenly realms, and everything, something. Even one sun, around one sun has these all realms, human, animals, deities, Brahma realms, all realms, 31 realms. And he kept teaching to a 1,000-fold minor world system. Then the Ananda was curious, if a disciple can taught to that far, a fully enlightened Buddha can, how far he can talk. And then the Buddha said that, then I can talk even to the Majjhimika Lokadhatu, million-fold realms, and even the billion-fold realms. And then Buddha said, and according to Buddha's skill, Buddha has a Jati Sastra, Ajna Sastra and Vishyak Sastra, and 3 different subject. It's called subject, means the skills. Disciples can talk to a 1,000-fold world system, And when Buddha born and passing away and attain to enlightenment, and that can feel by the a millionfold world system. That's called Jati Sestra is the lesser thousandfold world system. And then the Ajna, whatever Buddha's teaching, affection of teaching, like Ratana Sutta, power of that teaching, blessing of that teaching can reach to a millionfold world system. And then the Buddha's Jati Sestra, Vishayak Sestra is no limit. Buddha's knowledge about the universe is no limit. Buddha's knowledge about the things is no limit. That's called Vishayak Sestra, no limited, unlimited. Another thing, and Buddha said that there are someone not supposed to think, the skill of the Buddha and the size of the world, universe, and the jhana, status of the jhana. Ordinary people cannot imagine that jhana status. And then the karma, cause and effect. Normal people cannot imagine how cause and effect, karma and the results happening. They are unconceivable, unthinkable. If someone to think again and again and continuously, and it's make you upset mentally.
Does karma have a beginning and end?
Karma?
Yes, I know you talk about this. Does karma have a beginning?
Yeah, karma is, whatever karma we do is fading away and will disappear. Whatever we do, good or bad, and then we will get the results and fade it away.
But he's saying karma in general has no beginning. Like karma for
Karma,
existence, all of,
karma is something we do, right? We think, we say, and we do. It's not kind of a sentient being or something like that.
You have to have a sentient being to cause karma.
To do karma.
Right. So then there's no beginning because there's no beginning to sentient beings, right?
Yeah. Anyone in online have a questions?
Is that a beginning and end?
That was the end.
That would be the end.
If you have any questions, so then I can, something come to my mind. So do you have any questions? No?
That's a lot to think about. It's a big, big numbers. Big number.
Yeah,
Very big.
very big, yeah.
You should give the analogies for numbers, like the grains of sand, how to think about how many universes there are.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Actually, and once they asked a Buddha, how many stars in this world? And Buddha said, can you count the sand of the Ganges river? Can you count the sand? It's tiny sand on the Ganges river, beside of the bank. You can count them, but you cannot count the planets in this space. That's what Buddha said. And the universe is mass, very massed, very huge.
Well, I like the analogy of wiping the mountain with a piece of cloth
that-
once every 100 years.
Yeah, that's the long of the Kappa actually. Yeah, huge mountain. I think 16 kilometers size a mountain, and deity keep going flying on the top of the mountain, and deity has the piece of very soft piece of cloth. When she flying on the top of the mountain, the piece of cloth is keep wrapping the mountain. He fly every 100 year, once every 100 year. Then the piece of cloth keep wrapping the mountain keep faded away. Worn out completely. How long it will take?
Like eroding the mountain with the cloth. Yes?
A road, right?
Yeah.
Wiping.
Yeah.
means eroding, right?
Actually, yeah,
Eroding. That's what he wants to say, eroding?
Yeah, with
Basically?
a piece of cloth.
With a soft cloth.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Once every 100
I see
years.
how long it's gonna take.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, yes, yes.
and then the simile says
Okay.
that 16 kilometer sized mountain will be worn out,
Yes, yes.
but the copper still remain. The simile is also.
Longer than
Yeah,
it takes to wipe down a mountain.
Why does the deity do that?
No, it's not real one. It's a simile.
Oh, I thought it was.
No, it's a simile to understand how long is the copper.
How long will it take? Yeah, it's long. Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in this is the according to Buddhism, this is a circle. It's a rising, passing. So, but what we experience.
But yeah, I don't even have the patience to watch one ice cube melt. I'm going to find a way into the mountain.
Yeah. What we experience right now, and this is what we experience this entire existence. Johanna, what we experience. What you experience right now. Are you tired by working? Walking? Not walking, working. Are you tired by studying? Not yet.
Not yet.
Now I'm asking the students. Still enjoying studying. Anyone in online is still tired, not tired?
Not tired, but
Are you enjoying existence? Okay.
Auntie, what type of tired are you talking about? There's two. There's physical and there's mental tiredness.
Both.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah, I think what we experience right now is kind of unsatisfactory. We enjoy. Buddha said there's three things we experience in our life. We experience happiness. Definitely we enjoy life. We happy. We feel it. We enjoy it. That's 100% true. And we do that. That's why we're always looking for that happiness. And also, not only happiness, also we experiencing suffering too. Right? Suffering too. Then we have to understand what is exactly happiness and what is exactly suffering. What does happiness mean exactly?
Absence of suffering?
Fading away of suffering, right? We hungry, it's painful. Then we eat, that's happy.
So like being at peace with things.
Being peaceful.
Yeah, being at
Being peaceful because we not stressed, faded away the stress. Then we feel peaceful. Right? That is happiness exactly. Yes, we experience it. That's true. But it's temporary. But compared to the suffering. Like you guys, going to now Manhattan College, studying, learning years, and then after that, I'm finished my graduation degree, you celebrate it. Now you try to find another struggle to get a job. then you, however, you got a job. Oh, I got a job. Wow, I want to celebrate it. Now you keep going day and night, every day to job. Right? How long I can do that? 60 years. Okay, after 60 or 65 years, and I got retire. Then you happy. I'm retired. You happy? You can't walk. You can't sit down, stand up.
No sleeping.
Yes, a lot of troubles. So,
So it sounds like, Auntie, even happiness is impermanent.
happiness is impermanent, yes. Happiness is
But is
impermanent.
it really like a state of mind? Is it a mind state, or for some of us, is it a destination?
Yes. Yes. Let me explain. We are attached to very gross, very temporary, and very gross, very rough happiness. And there are happiness, even fine and soft and wonderful happiness. What is that? through meditating, developing concentration, calmness, stillness, and stay away from desires, craving, hate, and attachment. That's the real happiness. It's come through the Dhamma. That's called jhana, unthinkable by ordinary people. That jhana is a completely, what's the jhana have? Vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha. Initial thoughts, sustained thought, rapture, happiness, and one-pointedness of mind. That rapture, happiness, we're not able to experience in this gross happiness. It is the happiness, get away the desire to that, attached to that happiness. What we see, only happiness what we have, whatever we see, whatever we hear, whatever we smell, whatever we taste, whatever we touch and feel good, and we think this is the real happiness. There are some happiness. When we stay away from them, from craving, from desire, from strong eager for something, thirst something, for hunger something, from hate and ignorance, and that's happiness brings. That's called come through meditation. Actually, in Buddhism is a very Buddhism is a practical meditative achievement. Buddhism is very practical. Not unbelief. Is happiness or peace is we have to achieve by practice. So then in Buddhist way is sila, morality, samadhi, concentration, and panya, wisdom, perfect wisdom. That's what liberation, freedom. So in Buddhist teachings is that something like that. Then I think you got something. If you don't have any questions, so we can end up the session. I couldn't tell you in the beginning, actually, there, but I said 3 types of things. It's called happiness and suffering or unsatisfactoriness, and then freedom. Freedom from attached to happiness and freedom from suffering. That's called nissarana, escape. And that's also called freedom and liberation. And Buddhist teaching is focus you to not to think about this world or find out happiness or peace through this world or find the end of this world. And Buddhism talk about you think about yourself into yourself and find out your reality, your nature, and understand what is happiness, what is suffering, what is freedom. And then keep practicing to achieve that freedom. Okay. Thank you for joining today. Just share the merits with departed ones, with deities, and with all sentient beings. May they all share these merits. By sharing these merits, may they all have a happy, good destination. Blessings of the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and power of all these good merits be with you and keep you happy, healthy, and safe. Finally, may we all be able to attain to freedom, liberation, enlightenment. Akasattha Chubummattha Deva Naga Mahiddhika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakkantu Sasanam Chirang Rakkantu Desanam Chirang Rakkantu Mang Parang Sabbhitiyo Vivajjantu Sabbarogo Vinassatu Mate Bhavatvantarayo Sukhi Digayuko Bhava Bhavatu Sabba Mangalang Rakkantu Sabba Devata Sabba Buddhanubhavena Sabba Dhammanubhavena Sabba Sanghanubhavena Sada Sotti Bhavantu Te. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you.
Peace.